Hi.
Hi.
I am excited about this Valentine's episode.
I know. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's. This is so sweet. Let's talk about our sweet Valentine's beverage.
Okay. It was supposed to be more pink, but hear me out. I was not going to buy Barefoot Pink Moscato, and that's what my options were at the store. So I did like a red Moscato, but it's still really good. It's going to be like a strawberry something blend.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it didn't cling.
I know, because my hand was right there. There we go.
So good. No,
You're going to start making the drinks.
Actually, that's not bad.
It's not bad. I think the red was just a different flavor than what was supposed to go with the recipe. And there was also tequila.
Oh.
You can kind of like taste the tequila in the back of your throat.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The back of the palate.
Well, we are Women Worth in Weddings.
Mm-hmm. I'm Julia.
I'm Amy.
And I am not good at making drinks, apparently. You're going to switch next time.
I am. I'm going to make drinks next
You're
time.
making a pickle martini at some point.
Yes.
So.
Yes, I am. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so. All right.
Do you like pickles?
I love pickles. Do you not like pickles?
You do love pickles. You always take the pickles from the plate if no one's eating your pickles. Okay.
I love pickles.
Okay. I accept that. Okay, so today we are going to do a fun little episode where it's kind of Valentine's Day theme. It's green flags that we see on wedding days and the red flags.
And what we mean by green flag, red flag is like we see a couple interact throughout the entire wedding planning process. Then we get to see them on their wedding day and we can tell if they are going to last or not last.
Yep.
And there's things that they do throughout the planning process and their wedding day that is a red flag for us and a green flag. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
It's all in jest. You're going to last forever. Everybody's going to last forever. But
this is just all like a list that all vendors kind of like talk about because every vendor kind of sees random stuff throughout the day that's like, oh.
But don't be putting us on blast if you guys did this on your wedding day and now you're like, we've been married for 5 years. That's great. I know. We're just being funny. Okay. So let's go.
Okay. So let's go over the green flags first.
Yes.
I personally love when they do wedding day gifts for each other.
Yes.
Where it's kind of like something very like sentimental, like meaningful, and they get to like have that moment of opening each other's gifts and reading each other's letter.
Yeah. I also, which is not on our list, but I just made me think of it. I love when the groom sends like sweet text messages while the bride's getting married. I love that. That's sweet. That just makes me think that, he's thinking of her like during that time. So that's sweet.
Yeah. Okay. So another one, this one's going to be a little controversial because, did I say that word right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I picture words in my head and then it comes out of my mouth and I'm like, I feel like I have a lisp sometimes. And so I'm like, is that right? Was that too
controversial?
Yeah. That didn't sound right. Okay. Moving on. So both parties being active in the planning process.
Yeah.
And that show in different types of ways. Sometimes they're not as active as the other, which is completely normal. It tends to be the female that's the lead planner between the couple. But at least knowing what's going on.
Yeah, like when we show up to your rehearsal and you don't even know who we are.
Yeah, like don't even know our name.
Yeah.
And it's one thing for us not to meet because, again, like different schedules. Sometimes they can't make it to planning, whatever. But at least knowing the vendors' names, knowing who's going to be a part of your wedding, and knowing what's going on. Like, don't show up right before ceremony and be like,
where do I go?
Like, wow, this is all new to me. I haven't even been to this venue yet.
Yeah.
Come on, just do like a little bit of effort to know what's going on your wedding day.
Yeah.
Because also for me, even though I'm a control freak and I would be planning my own wedding, I would like Nathan to at least know what's going on and at least like be a part of some things.
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of couples where they're both heavily involved, and I love that. It's always refreshing to see, and both opinions matter. But yeah, it's kind of discouraging when you see the one of them show up to like the wedding and they're like, I don't care, just tell me where to stand.
Yeah, I'm like,
stop it.
Don't do that. Come on. You're getting married and that is such a grown-up thing to do. Yeah. Like you're not just dating, like marriage, you have to like involve lawyers if you don't want to be with that person anymore. So it's serious. You're an adult. Act like an adult. Be aware. Be helpful.
Yeah.
And that's just how I feel. Anywho, okay. This is one that we see sometimes too. You know, not everyone loves pictures. You take a ton of pictures. Even me, I would be like, I'm done smiling. But you gotta like get those moments captured. So don't be the person that is just like miserable during the pictures, where you can just like see that they're like so pissed off and they don't want to be there anymore. Like live in the moment. Like you gotta appreciate what's happening.
Plus, like I've been to weddings where every time a picture gets taken, like one of them goes somewhere else, and you're like, "What are you doing? Like, I have to stop making me chase you.
Yeah,
stand still."
Or they'll like smile. Okay, honestly, I was about to say, and then they would smile and then be like, but I would do the same thing because I'm like, my cheeks. I'm tired of smiling. I'd be like.
Plus, yeah. But still, I think
to the outsider that might seem like, oh, they're pissed off, but honestly, our cheeks are hurting.
And plus, I'm an introvert and I don't want to be like looked at anymore.
Yeah, so I'll be like, okay, actively enjoying the moment, being present. You know, the day is happening. Know that people are in charge, that are making sure everything's going correctly, and just enjoying the moment and stop being so stressed out about what other people are like thinking and doing. And that one's really hard, especially for brides, but just like be present. Like it's such a big day. Just be present, be there. It's just so unfortunate when you see couples that are just like so like pissed off and just like so stressed out about the smallest little detail. It does not matter whatsoever. You're marrying the person that you love. So don't be stressed out that.
Yeah, that's definitely a red flag for us. Like if we see, like we get to the wedding venue and the one of the, it doesn't matter who it is, part of the couple is already pissed off and mad that they like about anything. It's just like, oh my gosh, it sets the tone for the entire day, and it makes everybody, hair and makeup, your wedding party, parents, everybody super tense.
Yeah, and these are all things that it just helps to be self-aware going into your wedding day. If you're listening to this podcast episode and you're not married yet, your wedding day is coming up, just like being self-aware of these things, because it's really hard not to be caught up in the moment. But you just need to enjoy the day.
The best weddings that we ever do is when the bride is like, it's okay. You know, things happen. Things are going to happen.
That just made me think of when our U-Haul broke down. And the venue told our bride that the U-Haul broke down and we were trying to keep it a secret. And then I come bouncing down on the giant, massive U-Haul. And the bride's like, oh, she made it. There you go. And she wasn't just like, I'm freaking out. She was kind of like, they got it. They'll figure it out. They'll get my stuff here.
And that's also part of just trusting your planning team.
Yeah.
Like if you trust your planning team, then you know that it doesn't matter what's going to happen. It's going to be okay. They have your back. And that's one reason why we really like try to develop that relationship with our couples as well.
Just trusting that everyone was hired to do a job and that they're going to do it to their fullest.
Yeah. What's another red flag?
Okay, I'm going over green flags right now, but we kind of
got into red flags.
Yes, we did. Okay. One of the parties yelling or being mean to a vendor.
That's a red flag.
Very, very red flag.
That's a big red flag.
Such a red flag. We've had a couple where one of them screamed and like got in the face of a bartender because she wouldn't let people self-serve themselves. And he was like, I bought this alcohol. And she was like, I will lose my license and the bartender will shut down the venue will shut down the bar. And he was just like getting in her face, like so mad. Yeah. And that was just like not good.
It makes us look at and be like,
It makes us look at the bride and be like, are you okay?
Yeah. Do you want to do this? Because we will, or vice versa. We've seen brides be very mean to vendors, and we look at the groom like.
Or to, like, I've seen brides be very mean to family.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, brides being mean to their moms. That's a tough one for us.
Yeah, and we say that as an outsider that doesn't know the relationship. But for us, because we're mother and daughter and we have such a good relationship, when I see someone be so mean to their mom, I'm like, I just want to curl inside myself. They're like, oh my God. I imagine me saying those things to you, and I'm like, oh, like she'd probably slap me in the face, honestly. And then run away crying. Okay. Groom, I love when the groom is just like so happy being there and that they're not just like miserable and just trying to seem cool around the guys and like drinking too much and blah, blah, blah. But I love when like the groom is helpful throughout the day. And we don't ever want a groom like moving anything or decorating with us. We're always like, please, like, no, like go enjoy your day. But just like being helpful in the moment because things do pop up. Sometimes you're like, oh crap, like the girls have nothing to eat. We've had grooms bring in lunch for them and just like seeing them care.
Yeah, it's all about like consideration, like being considerate of like where you're at right now. Like you're standing at your venue, like you're getting married to someone that you love, and it's about like you're literally building your foundation right now. And if you start your foundation with angst and frustration already and like hurt feelings, because she may not be saying anything to you or he may not be saying anything to you, but those cracks are being created. And
because then you look back at your wedding day and you think of the moments where that person pissed you off.
Yeah.
As unfortunate as it is, you were like, okay, I love that day, blah, blah, blah. We had so many great moments. And then there's like this little black cloud in your mind that's just like, oh, but they did that. And that kind of like made that day a little less, you know? Okay. Almost to the end. Let's see. Actually talking to each other and laughing and sharing sweet moments during reception.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we see couples that are like not together the whole entire reception.
Yeah. It's always funny to me when one of them come up to me and say, where's my wife? Or where's my husband? I'm
or like for us as planners, it'll be, we need to cut the cake. He's disappeared. Like, what's going on? Or we're about to do toast and speeches and he's been away from dinner for 30 minutes outside smoking a cigar. I'm like,
friends.
You gotta realize what's happening.
Yeah.
Again, be in the moment. Be self-aware.
Yeah.
And then last thing is, actually that's a red flag. I don't know why it's in my green flags. Boop. Okay. Red flags.
Red flags.
Cake smashing.
Oh,
in the
stop
face.
it with that. Look.
She spent like $500 at least on her hair and makeup.
That is a huge red flag for me. And that is one that you can Google on the interwebs and they will tell you divorce is on the
I wish there was like a pan of the room when the moment it happens. And I want like a pan of the whole entire room and how everyone's faces are. Because I'm sure it's a lot of like.
The women, I have seen it. So women are like, and guys are like, yeah. So it's like aggression.
It is aggression.
It's aggression.
Especially when you have made it known, like, do not do that to me.
Now,
because
putting a little icing on each other's
a little
nose,
cute
like,
moment. Or having an understanding of, like, I'm going to smash that cake in your face. And he's like, I'm going to do it to you. Like, having a moment, but for her to be like, do not do this to me. And he does it anyways out of spite. It's like, oh, you just, like, embarrassed her in front of everyone, ruined her makeup. Now she's pissed. Like, don't do that.
And she's trying to hide it.
Like, like, play it off. But really, she's, like...
dead to me.
Like, boiling.
Yeah. Good luck.
Oh, God.
Good luck with that.
Okay. Not caring about moments that are important to the other person. So, whether that is a tradition, whether it's just, like, whatever that person's voice is super important, like, not caring about it and not, like, being respectful.
Yeah. Like, I really want to have an intimate, like, last dance with you while everybody's getting ready for send-off. And they're like, no, I don't want to do that. That's
or
stupid.
They just won't leave whatever group that needs to go to the send-off area and they're just mingling too much. And she's standing there like, the song's playing, like, let's start our last dance.
Yeah.
Okay, and then throwing all the stress on one person. And that goes hand in hand with not being involved at all.
Yeah.
And again, there are some couples where one person wants to do all the planning and they're like, please do not touch anything. I don't want your input. Totally fine. I understand it. As a control freak, I understand it. But if she is wanting help, if you see that other person stressed out, like lending a hand, lending input, be like, don't worry, babe, I'll call him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not like, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
Who?
Or being like, do we have to have a band? No, don't do that. Don't start like chipping away at what she's already got planned.
She or he, they could have like this vision of what they want. And so it's just like, don't take that moment away from them.
I can feel myself getting mad at like 10 people.
I'm like, don't do that to her. Being too drunk.
Yes.
That.
Yes. Ugliness.
Wow.
We have seen a lot of that foolishness and nonsense. I have seen grooms like standing in their boxer shorts on the dance floor and me saying, how did your pants get off? Like, what happened?
We've seen grooms just like crazy sobbing before. And I think even getting too drunk before you walk down the aisle.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God. Like, you need to get down the aisle and be aware.
Yeah, of what you're saying and doing. And we've seen brides, like, dry heaving. Like, eat some bread.
Yeah.
Like, let me just...
Like, have you eaten anything today? That's why we tell our couples, make sure you have lunch.
Yeah.
Like, get some carbs in you.
Yeah.
Gosh. Another thing that I think is huge is letting in-laws control too much of the wedding day. Everyone's going to have their input, but allowing your parents or someone in your family or group make that other person feel bad and question themselves.
Yeah. I mean, it's your wedding. I say this all the time. I mean, you can do like clips through all our podcasts. It's your wedding. Do what you want. Like, there is, like, you have to like make sure that your wedding is about you and not what everybody else wants your wedding to be like.
Yeah. Facts. And I've even seen this is for the mothers and like people that want to change things on the wedding day. Oh my gosh. Like, she's upstairs getting ready. Everything's been planned out with us. And then I see mom walking around moving stuff around. And I'm like, what you doing? And they're like, I just think it looked better like this. And I'm always like, but that's what they wanted. I'm like, I always have to say, like, it doesn't happen as much anymore. When we have like more like DIY kind of weddings, it was a lot of like the parents coming in, never met them before, not a part of any planning sessions, and being like, I don't really like the way that looks. Like, I'm gonna move this around, and it's like, no, don't do that. That's an in-law red flag.
Yeah. Like, don't touch it.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of this is circumstantial, but it's just, you know, we, as wedding vendors, we see so many couples. We are a part of like one of the biggest days of these people's life. And it's like, we just see so much. We see so many different personalities, so many different family members, friends. We have all kinds of stories. But these are just some of the things that we've seen that's like, aw, or, oh, do we need to run? I wonder if at some point I'm going to have a bride say, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I need a car. And you know.
I'll be like, yes, yes.
We'd be like, no, I got it. I got the keys first.
Yes.
Like, you stay here and you announce. And you'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Don't put this on me.
I will not announce this. And we'll be like, Travis, will you please announce that the wedding is off and I have to go?
Put it all on Travis. Just be like, Travis, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, but listen,
we're not even here. We're already like at the airport taking her to her terminal.
We're going on our honeymoon.
Oh my gosh. That would be, we laugh about it, but obviously it's a crazy thing.
It would be terrifying.
I
would have immediate diarrhea.
I think I would have.
I can feel it. Oh,
I can just feel I would have that reaction as the same reaction I had when that old lady fell down the stairs.
Yes.
I'd be like the train just like, and I'd be like,
She was bleeding out, and Joya was like,
I'm not touching her. I'm not touching her. Because I'm not getting sued for picking up someone wrong.
That's so funny. Well, you know, this is definitely green flag, red flags. I love this episode. This was good. I mean, we see a lot of foolishness and nonsense.
We do. From all parties.
Yeah.
From guests. One time, I think I probably have already said this story, but it just like really sticks to my head at humanity. Like, what is wrong with people? When I was carrying that giant train.
Yeah.
And like, I think I've already said this story, but giant train can hardly move, and she asked me to stop and call the golf cart people. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Put this train on the ground? I'm like, I just ignored her. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep walking.
Yeah.
That's your journey.
That is definitely your
Maybe
journey.
you should walk in your heels.
Yeah.
Maybe you wore the wrong shoes. You should really think about that.
Yeah.
It's a you problem, because I'm carrying this expensive gown right now.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. Well, this has been fun. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will...
You didn't drink enough of your drink. All right. Chug, 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 chug.
Okay.
Whatever. You're making the next one. You can have mine. It was soaked in alcohol. Whatever.
All right, guys. See you next time. Bye.
Bye. It wasn't bad. It tasted like juice.
Travis, very good.